How's everybody doing? My name is Kurt Friedrich. Welcome to episode 38 of TNT Stocks. Today's actual date is December 14th, 2025, and the simulated date is February 1st of 2028. As you probably saw from the thumbnail, we've taken some hard hits since the last episode. So we do have some bright spots, but fewer bright spots than low spots. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the criterion disclaimer, and then we'll start unpacking the portfolio and the graphs. All right, so criteria. We do one video per week. We'll simulate 1 month. I'll create videos when available at home, not while traveling on Army Reserve duty or vacations. Any week with a missed video will not be considered a simulated month. Each video will simulate loading $100 per month to the TNT Stocks account. All stocks bought in the simulation are actual companies with their actual end-of-week closing stock prices. Stocks can be sold between episodes at certain prices per personal strategies. This month we bought 3 stocks at the price range of $5 to $100, spending capped at $250. Let us see what $100 per month will look like over time. Disclaimer: these videos are for entertainment purposes only. I'm not qualified or certified to give professional investment advice. Day trading has high risks involved. Any gain or loss is at a personal risk. Past performances do not guarantee success in future stock purchases. It is highly recommended that you do your own due diligence when it comes to deciding which stock you will purchase. All right, let's go ahead and get into the portfolio. And as always, I split the portfolio into two separate graphs because we have so many line items that if I put them all on one graph, I'm afraid that it's going to be small, condensed, and blurry on your monitor or laptop or whatever you're using to watch these videos. All right, so with that being said, let's go ahead and just start working from the top on our way down. Here's one of the bright spots. Well, it's not a bright spot, but it is, but it isn't. It is because AGL has come up again. I think the last episode it was 65 cents per share, and now it's at 72 cents per share. Several episodes ago, it was 50 cents per share. So AGL is on the rise, and as always, I'm waiting for it to rise up to $2 because the platform I use to do my day trading, they charge a 10% commission if you purchase anything under $2. I don't know about selling anything under $2, but just staying true to that, I'm waiting for it to come up above $2, and then we will probably go ahead and cut sling load on both of these line items for AGL and let them go. But yeah, the bright spot is it has risen since the last episode, and over the past few episodes, it has risen substantially. But it is still our top money loser, and it's unfortunate to say that our top money loser is our oldest line items. I don't like to see that, but it is what it is, and it's probably going to be that for a little while to come. Okay, moving on, you see here in blue, this is the first line item that we did sell since last episode. We sold 1 share of PARR at $42.48. We made $7.18 off of this sale. Your next highlighted item you see is GH, which is our top money maker. We sold this at closing on Friday. We would have had a gain of about $90 when if we sold those 3 shares on Monday. So pretty substantial gain on GH. If you did purchase this around this time of October when it appeared on our videos, I hope you are benefiting from that purchase as well. A little bit further down, you see another line item we had for PARR. We sold 2 shares, again at $42.48, and made $5 off of that sell. All right, here's where we're going to start getting into some of the hard hits that we talked about. TK, I believe the other line items for TK we sold in the last episode. Well, I was hoping this one was going to rise back up. It did not. it continued to go down, and we went ahead and let that go. 26 shares at $9.21. Took a hard hit of $26.52. SBLK, we sold 7 shares at $18.45 and took a hit at about $10. And then BNR didn't even last us a week. You see, we bought that on the 5th of December, and we sold it. I don't remember what day of the week we sold it, but nonetheless, we bought it at $20, and it never closed higher than $20, and it just kind of kept going down and taking a dive, and we ended up selling it at $18 per share and took a hit of $6. So yeah, those are some of our hard hits that we took since the last episode. You'll see what we purchased at closing on Friday. Some of these I know are not new to our portfolio, like METC. We've had that before. BTU, I don't know if we've had Peabody Energy Corporation and SHIP, Synergy Maritime Holdings Corporation. I don't believe we've had that one either. So again, some new companies coming into our, well, again, not entirely new, but not a repeated line item companies coming into our portfolio. So hopefully that does help rebuild some of the strength to our portfolio if our numbers rise this week coming up. So we bought 8 shares of Peabody Energy Corporation at $29.15. Ramaco Resources Incorporated, 16 shares at $15.66. Synergy Maritime Holdings Corporation, 25 shares at $9.82. So we have an overall of 202 shares in our portfolio, and if we sold everything on Monday morning at opening, we would have an overall gain of $133.53. So yeah, basically what has gone on since last episode is even my portfolio, all my simulations that I run, they've all been taking some hard hits since last episode. Previous one was, I wouldn't say hard hits, but did take some hits. I was hoping that this past week we would see some increases for the month of January, starting off the 2028 year, and it was anything but that. But it is what it is. Not every episode is going to be a great one and showing a lot of cool stuff. In this case, in this slide particularly, not showing some cool stuff, showing some of the hard hits. Let's go ahead and get into the graphs. You see here our over/under. Excuse me. Our over/under took a very hard hit. December we ended out 2027 right at $241, and now in January, as you saw on the previous slide, we're down to $133 for our over/under. Yeah, so pretty big hit here. Just looking at my notes here, looks like this is the lowest it's been since April of 2027. So yeah, hopefully the next episode next week brings the market coming back up for us. And not saying we'll get back to this November high of $290, but let's hope that we start having some trends going back in the up direction. But yeah, this one definitely illustrates how hard of a hit we did take on this episode. Our income also took a hard hit. You saw that with that second half of our portfolio with those companies we sold that took some hard hits. You see it's gone down to, we're still on the positive side. If you see in the previous months, we had a hard time getting onto the positive side. We finally did. Had a few months where we stayed there. 1, 2, 3 months where we were going up, and now we took a dive. But we're still on the positive side. So we dropped from $36 down to $5. So again, still on the positive side. So that's a nice takeaway. Maybe maybe the next episode it will strengthen our position on the positive side. Take home, this one did rise. We did break. Here's one of the positives. We broke the $200 barrier with those PARR line items that we sold that were in the positive. So anything that we buy with a positive amount, half of it we take home to ourselves. The other half of it we reinvest. And with this one, we went from 194 to 200, just barely broke the 200 mark at $200.34. This slide will always be either moving in the upper direction or it will stay flat. And right now we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so 4 months we've had an increase in this portfolio, so that's cool to see. It's nice to start seeing. You see, previous months and previous years it stayed pretty flat. So nice to see that there is some change going into our pocket. Well, maybe not a lot each month, but it's at least something coming our way. Invested. This slide is pretty much just illustrating the shares at what we purchased. Then in that total amount. So basically, this one we just increased from $2,900 to $3,000. Let's see, $2,976 to $3,084. Yeah, so this one's pretty simple and pretty basic, just basically illustrating what the shares that we have and what we purchased them at and what that number would look like. Total, this one is basically just showing what is in our portfolio altogether, basically the shares that we have and what they're currently priced at and what that number would look like. You see it did kind of hard to tell. It did kind of flatten out a little bit because of the hits that we did take this month. So month of February, we're going to start off with going from January 35.42 to $3,605. So not a large increase. This one we definitely don't want the graph to go on a downward trend. It hasn't done that before. If it ever does do that, that means that we are taking some even harder hits. But this does, you see how it just kind of flattened out just a little bit. It does kind of illustrate how hard of a hit we did take with our portfolio. But if the market corrects itself, if our portfolio corrects itself between now and the next episode, it may take a steep upward curve to it, which is, of course, what we want to see. Here's our first combined slide of our over-under income take-home. This is just kind of to show everything together, and you see, of course, the take-home in gray is always going to be in an upward direction, but the over-under in income, you see how they both move downward. But at least, again, everything's staying on the positive side. Just a rough time for this episode. Again, I think I mentioned it on the last episode. You see everything was kind of hard to stay above the $0 amount. We got it above it, have stayed above it over the past 12 months for the most part. And let's try to keep it that way. And that's what we're going to keep working at doing. Well, that's what we are going to do it. We just need some things to go right between now and the next episode. And again, our second combined slide of our invested in total. These two pretty much going to stay running parallel for the most part. There should be some separation. That's really what we want to see, is separation, because we want stocks that we purchased, shares that we purchased, to increase, and as that number increases, these will separate as time goes on. They should be moving in an upward direction, pretty much running parallel with a little bit of separation. I just noticed, just as I was saying that, as this invested has kind of upward tick to it, and in total has a downward tick to it, how they kind of illustrates them coming a little bit closer together. All right, next slide. Here is our portfolio as it stands now after removing the sold line items and removing the legend off of it. So everything all together, hopefully it's not too condensed, not too hard to read on your screen. But yeah, here's what we got to work with going into the upcoming between now and the next episode. Just want to still illustrate that our portfolio is still holding pretty strong. You see BTSG at 83% increase. Again, GH 41% increase. Seeing a 22 with BKD, ESEA at 21. So several above 20%, which is really good, really good. Looking a little bit further here, I remember I think there was one episode where we had like 2 companies all together that were in a negative. We can't say that now, clearly, because last few episodes have not gone very well. We got quite a few here in a negative. Hey, if it continues to go that way, then we're gonna have to cut sling load on those and reinvest them somewhere else. Take some losses. It's part of the game. All we can do is just try to minimize the losses as much as we can and maximize the gains. So let's hope that between now and in the next episode, it's pretty good. Just want to also point out one more thing, that if we did sell everything on Monday morning, our take home would be $164. So still portfolio's strong. Just took a hard hit this episode, but that's not to say that the next episode can show some good increases or something working back into the right direction. All right, so with that being said, I'll wrap it up, and I hope you all got something useful out of this episode, some useful information to help you with your day trading adventure. So until the next episode, good stock hunting. Don't forget to comment, rate, share, and subscribe. All of the above. Until the next episode, take it easy.